and welcome to our live. And it's just right past the Christmas day, but we are still in festive energy because, again, we have to celebrate life every day, regardless of holiday or not, right? Every day is just the gift because if we are breathing, if we can just function and be the beautiful experience in this life, that's already a huge celebration to do, right? So today, life is all about let's talk what's important because, again, everybody was receiving the presents for the Christmas, right? Now we want to turn in the focus inside and really understand what is the difference between the material gift versus our, spiritual gift, the gift that we can actually use for years and years and years. And I'm here today with my wonderful contributor to the Manifestmas, Melinda Van Fleet. Melinda, thanks so much for having this live together. And let's talk a little bit about why Manifestment was created and why is it important for people to join and obviously share about yourself and your beautiful gift.
Yeah. So I wanted to have this conversation with you because I love synchronicity and aha moments. And earlier this year, it really landed for me that it is our job to be showing up. So, my job to show up with my gifts, my husband's job to show up with his gifts, clients I have to show up with their gifts. And the journey to that is often where we hit all these bumps and roadblocks and we get in our heads and we start and stop and all that stuff. But I do believe the universe has upped its game and is really making it where we have to show up now. And we're going to be going into a new year, 2026. And it's time for all of us to do that and help each other in the process. So I've been working on things for me personally over the course of the last 2 years, very sleeves rolled up, doing the thing, and made such progress that when Irina had this idea for the gifts, I said yes right away without hesitation. I was like, yes. Heck, I didn't even know really what I was signing up for. I've done other summits with her. We've done podcasts together. So I was like, sure, I'm in. And then when I started to really understand what she put together and the magic of what she put together in conjunction to how I'd been feeling like this whole year, I was like, wow, this is like so cool. So I want you to share, like, how did this come to you to put this together and invite all of us fellow coaches, spiritual teachers. You have such a mix of gifts and teachers and knowledge that has been put into this whole I want to say program. I don't know how you want to refer to it. It's kind of like a mini summit. You give us the scoop because I think that is magic in itself and showcases your gift, my friend.
Oh my God, you are so great. I just love you, Melinda. So how I came up with that because I love the collaborations, right? And when we talk about developing the business, the best growth happens through collaborations. We cannot achieve something on our own. So if you are the coach, the creator, the some kind of digital person who is in your business, just realize if you are just grooving and doing everything by yourself, you are pushing against, and it's a lot of resistance. There are a lot of challenges that you're going to meet on the way. But if you connect with others, because again, it's all about just putting the energies together, right? Because I always like to give the example one battery versus many. When we come together as collective, and when we have the same intention, the same goal as the outcome of this event, our magic multiplies, right? So, in other words, I just love to collaborate with people because we all have our audience. And when we mix that audience together, like I said, there is no lack in the universe. There is abundance in the universe. And when people come from that abundance, not thinking, oh my God, I have to share my contact. What if she's going to steal them, right? Again, we have many people on our list who doesn't resonate with our energy because everything is energy in this world. So there are people who are sitting on everybody's list who do not necessarily resonate with us, but once they see others, they might click and connect with them, right? And it's all about just having that pool of people who are willing to grow, who are hungry for knowledge, who are really here understanding that it's not only about physical experience but more like how do I actually improve myself, because everything starts within, right? The reality that we are all experiencing in this world stems from being a mirror to what's inside of us. So if people are saying, the economy is bad, that's why I can't go on vacation, or that's why I have to, save more. This is the wrong mentality and this is the wrong mindset. What I love to say, Melinda, to everybody, let's create more money. And this is something that we've never been taught, right? Nobody taught us in school, and the system is designed, it's all about lack, lack, lack. You gotta catch that last train because you're going to miss, right? And entire our life we are kind of just chasing something, we do not even know what, right? So my invitation for everybody is just like really step back, pause, and understand there is nothing outside of us that determine what is possible for us, whether this is health, whether this is relationship, whether this is finances, a business, right? Whatever is something that you have on your mind, you are actually able to attract it. But it requires the right guidance. And first of all, it requires your decision that this is something that you want to do. So that's like in a nutshell why I wanted to do it, because again, everybody was receiving the material gifts, but now I collaborate and I put this beautiful panel of amazing people, including you, Melinda, just generously share something that can actually change the trajectory of everybody's life who is ready to step up.
Mhm. Would you say that what you created and how you created it was natural for you? How would you put that?
Well, this was my first giveaway, right? So again, I just love to dive into something. Like we were talking just before jumping on live. I said I just found my jam, because some people might feel shy that I don't want to talk to many people. I just want to be very private, right? And it's something that they comfortable with. For me, I love to have these big collaborations. I love to bring the audience. I love to just be out and about. So for me, I was like, oh my God, this is my jam. Summits, giveaways, co-creations. This is something how I grow my business and I help others to do so. So that's why for me, natural, because it's okay. I learned that I just have to be in the process and just be in that step. So I never get overwhelmed with, oh my God, I'm going to do something I've never done before, right? Because again, if we continue doing everything what we are doing, we are going to create the same results. So for us to have different results, we want to start stretching ourselves from our comfort zone. And that's where the growth happens, right? No matter whether we are the ones to guide others, or like we still have our guides. I still have two coaches, because I know it's not possible to do it by ourselves. We always have to have somebody who looks at our blind spots and give us the good feedback.
No, all of everything you said is amazing. And where I'm going with this, which you said, and this is what I hope that people really get from this, is understanding your gift. So your gift, since the day I met you, which was, I should have looked at when, it'll be 2 years this year.
Yes.
It's been 2 years we've known each other and collaborated. Is you are just, I have the chills. You are just that natural person to do what you're doing. So you are living in your gift. I can't try to be like you because we have just different gifts.
Different, right.
And where so many people are just getting caught up is in all that junk, right? And you're just such a beautiful soul, and that you put together your business plan, but you're still in alignment with what you love to do, that you said is your jam. And it's just true. and you've stayed the course on that, even though you said this is a new format, you've done other summits and you
Mm-hmm.
collaborations all the time. Like you're always doing collaborations and you're just a genius at that. And so I got up super early this morning and I was continuing to watch the Taylor Swift 6-part docu series. Have you watched
Mm-hmm.
it?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's just incredible. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, the bottom line is Taylor's like living in her gift, right?
Mm-hmm.
Giving generously. Like her mom even says, like, she didn't never talked about fame or money. That was not it. She just wanted people to, I have the chills again. She just wanted people to sing her songs with her.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she worked on it and she worked on it and she worked on it and she worked on it. And that to me is the epitome of how we should be living our lives, right? And if we can strip away some of this other stuff that may not really even be what you're interested in, and you get back to like the core of what you wish to do, especially if you're a coach or an entrepreneur, anything like that, that is your gift. And
Mm-hmm.
then this package that has all these coaches, again, you may just cherry pick and be like, I'm interested in this because this is in alignment with my gift and what I wish to have further development on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then you're taking that information and furthering your studies and possibly even connecting further with one of those mentors or coaches. That's obviously up to
Mm-hmm.
you. And, going into 2026, you'll have the perfect recipe for success. So you're just such a great example. And I've admired you from day one. I just think you're just so
Oh, thank
natural at
you.
this, whereas I've had a little more head shit to work on, to be honest. But
Mm-hmm.
that's always been my journey because then I can help those people that have had that head shit, like
Mm-hmm.
'cause I understand and those things. So we all have our different gifts in a way, even if they were good or bad or however you want to classify them, that show up to be able to help others in the process. So yeah,
I
I love
just love I
what
just love what you shared, Melinda. I just wanted to add that maybe somebody's watching and saying, "Okay, but I don't have gift." It's not possible. We
it's not.
all have the gift inside of us, but sometimes it takes time to really connect with them because me working in the corporate world for all my life, did I ever know that this is what I'm supposed to do? No, until actually pandemic hit and I lost my job, and that was the time when I started to ask myself the questions. The idea is that a lot of people just live in a surface level life, which is something that we were all taught to live. You have to go to college, you have to get married, you have to have the family, and they feel like this is the success level that they actually hit. But the idea is there is something more deeper. There is
Oh,
something that we have that fulfillment because if we are not tap into that, like why are we here, what are the gifts that we are meant to share, because we all have the gifts. And if we are not living consciously, like really asking these deep questions, our life is one way or another is going to turn their back, and it's going to show us, like, you feel comfortable, let me show you what discomfort is, right? So the idea is we do not want to wait until that time, because for me the awakening moment was when I was on the verge of divorce. That's when my whole world just shook. And the idea is that we all have something, whether this is health related, whether this is marriage related, or job related, finances related. Something is going to happen to show you that, hey, it's time to wake up. If we are walking the life just sleeping, one way or another the life is going to awake us, right? And again, it's then our choice whether we want to blame the circumstances, the people, for everything that's happening to us, without realizing that we are the ones that are contributing to whatever the outcome is happening, right? So I love what we are doing because we are actually bringing that awareness into the everyday people life, to start thinking differently, start thinking deeper, because life is more than just having the work, having the family, and just enjoy day-to-day life. Life is something that we meant to contribute to the world in some way, right?
Mhm.
So this is like a great conversation. Just if you are listening to that, that's meant for you. You meant to really ask yourself, what is my gift? And if
Mhm.
you do not know what your gift is, connect with us,
Mhm.
because we'll help you to really determine it, and we'll help you to create, just like actually accelerate it and use your gift. Because like you said, Melinda, same thing as for Taylor. For everybody, we do not have to hustle, we do not have to push. We already have something that is easy for us to do. And
Mhm.
once we connect with what is something that I enjoy and easy for me to do, everything is going just to unfold for us naturally. Again, not to say that it's easy, there are no obstacles. Of course you will have the obstacles, because if you've never done something, it's going to take time before you become good at it, right? Even
Mhm.
talking about us, because it's not only knowing our craft, it's all about also learning about sales, about marketing, about social media, right? There are all other things, but if you have the right guide by you, you are not getting overwhelmed. You're actually receiving the gratitude, and you are staying in this beautiful state when you realize that your life is meant for something else.
Mhm. Mhm. And I want to add on to something you said because I think it's really important. And that is, if you are someone that doesn't think you have a gift, have you looked at it from an intrinsic point of view, an intrinsic lens, an intrinsic frame? And I'll just share about myself for this example, because I was a buyer in the corporate world for 16 years. I worked for very large retailers, big names, Victoria's Secret, Saks Fifth Avenue, Target, TV Shopping Network. And people would always assume that I loved my job because I loved fashion or I loved handbags or I loved whatever. And I like those things, but that's not why I loved my job. And that's not why I was good at it. I was excellent at it because I'm a builder. So anything that gives me like a building aspect, and I'm a 3-5 in human design, so I love to experiment and do different things. And that's why I loved it, which was why I was good at it. So then when I went into sales, I built my sales business up from nothing. When my husband and I started our sport fishing and educational business, I built that up from nothing with him. So when I look at like what is my gift is that I'm a builder. So then I help my clients build their business too, understanding consciousness and using their intuition. So I'm sharing that again so you can look at what you do and go, okay, well, what is it? What's the intrinsic piece of it? Maybe you're a people person. Maybe it's the collaboration aspect of it. So then you take that piece and you extrapolate it into whatever your, business can be. And a lot of
Mhm.
people, I think, even maybe entrepreneurs and not even have that level of gratitude for that, which is then a possible reason why you haven't experienced growth, because you don't even like understand that that's why you're so good at what you do, and it just needs like a little bit of gratitude as an extra bump to get you to the next level.
I love that. I love that. So let's talk a little bit about the gifts, right? So that Manifestmas is all about just you register at the link, and next thing you receive the access to all these beautiful gifts from the experts from different fields, right? Whether you want to grow your business, whether this is something you want to improve your wealth or health, right? Whatever it is, right? There is something for everyone. And like I said, it's like a chocolate box of candies, right? And it's like different flavors, and you just pick and choose. You don't have to eat all of them at once, but you can just taste and see if this is something you like. Then you go back to the page and you claim another gift. So let's just share a little bit about, Melinda, what is something you are offering to people?
Oh, yes. So I created a new Patreon community in October. So it's still a little baby. It's called Conscious Convergence. And what I felt out there in the land was that I wanted a community and I wanted things to be more in a package. And I love Patreon. So if you've never subscribe to anything on Patreon. They've been around for like 8 years. It's an amazing platform. I highly recommend it. Also, if you are a content creator, my husband and I started a Patreon community for Good Karma Sport Fishing, which is our business together, a year ago, actually, and it's been phenomenal. So you can have free content, you can have paid content, you can have tiers of membership. There's an app, so you don't have to create an app; you just use theirs. So it's awesome. I like it better than Kajabi or School, and it's free. So it's just an amazing platform. So Conscious Conversions on Patreon. You can join it for free in general, and there's free content. But what I did was I created a tier for this offer that includes a curated portion of my paid content as well. And I consider personal development content to be priceless because you never know like how it's going to affect all the people in your life, your marriage, your children, like your family, your friends, your coworkers, all the things. So it's a free membership with the paid with the things that have a ticket on it, let's say for 2 months. And then you can continue with that, or you can just continue with the free and use it ever you want. It's a very flexible community. So that is what I included. And it's all expansion content. I cover everything from dark forces to angels to identity. I'm going to be putting some social media stuff. I'm a human design coach. There's human design things in there. And it's all about connecting the dots so you can really understand like a lot of things you may see out there or hear about online, or maybe you've learned about in another coaching program, but you don't really have the dots that connect it so you can really embody it. That is the work I do. So I really help people expand their conscious awareness and learn how to use their intuitive gifts so they can feel empowered to live their best lives and achieve the results they wish.
I love that. Yeah, that's awesome. That's something I'm looking forward as well, just to go there and explore. And I also wanted to share about my gift. So what I put in my magic vault, manifestation vault, is 3 masterclasses from my membership, manifestation membership. It's called "It's Your Time to Shine." And again, it's all paid content, right? Just for my private clients. But I just wanted to share it with everybody. So, like I said, if people are having this link and they register for this Manifestmas, they have like such a great access to all these incredible gifts. So my 3 masterclasses are the first one is the power of intention and vision. Again, if we are just wandering in life, it's like there is a video that's included also talking about that a lot of times we go into the supermarket, and if we do not have the shopping list, we just wander, right? We grab everything from the shelves, and then once we leave, we are like, oh, okay, I got the cookies, but I forgot the milk, right? And that's the same thing with intentions, because we are not living intentionally. 99% of people are not living intentionally. They do not understand that all the intentions are actually going to shape up our results, right? So the idea is, oh, we have somebody, Robert. I have been told my gift is discernment, just not sure how to use that. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful. Well, I think discernment is something that's going to help everybody in life, because we have to have the boundaries and we have to know when to use them, right? So reach out to us for sure, Robert. So definitely there is something to unpack. So as I was saying, that people are not living intentionally, and another piece is they do not have the goal, right? But I take them more than the goal, right? The vision is something that we just have on the screen of our mind, but we have no idea how do we make this alive and how do we actually bring it into our physical world. So that's one of the master classes that I'm just putting the intention on, how important it is to live intentionally, to know exactly what you want. And the next class is more, how do we work with that vision? Because it's not just writing it, but now how do we work on a daily life in order to stay on that frequency and in order to start calling in everything, right? The right people, the right circumstances, because A lot of people do not understand the connection of our vibration frequency of our rate, right? But a lot of people understand being in the right time in the right place. And that's exactly what that frequency is. When we are on the right frequency, we start attract everything what we want into our existence. And the third masterclass is all about what is something that is getting on our way to have what we want, right? Because finally, if people already know what they want, finally, if they're working with the vision, what is something that's blocking them from receiving what they want, right? And we talk about the limited beliefs. What is it? It's just something that was already installed in us from our parents, from the system, and our past experiences. Because if we failed at something, it's very difficult for us to go back and try again because we feel like we are just not going to make it. Right. So these are three master classes that I'm sharing, and there are Q&As on them because this is all live with my members. And this is just a good taste of what manifestation is all about. So I'm sharing this generously. And if anybody feels that they want to take it to the next step where they come and talk to me to see what's unpacking for them, that's another step in that beautiful magic vault. So that's something that I'm sharing, not to mention everybody else gifts. Like we have such beautiful contributors on the panel. So I would just go and claim all the gifts, and then just like I said, like unwrap one present at a time and just enjoy it, and like really savor it.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that. And I have been unwrapping some gifts every day. I think I've done 4 so far. So that's awesome.
Yes, beautiful,
Very
beautiful. Do you want
cool.
to add something to Robert comment?
Yeah, I think discernment is a really powerful tool, gift to have. And what actually, I have some content in my Patreon. I don't know what it's under because, again, I connect the dots on a lot of things, is really understanding where it's contemplation and it's moving you forward versus mind loops. And I think that that's a conversation I love having with people, and discernment is a piece of that. And you can really live such a beautiful life. If there's a book called The Surrender Experiment by Michael Singer, I refer to that book a lot. And that's just practicing discernment in terms of like, what's a yes? What should I move forward with? And what's a no? And saying yes to things, just like I said yes to doing this gift thing with Irina. Like that was using my discernment in terms of like, yeah, this is a good idea. And then, sometimes ending relationships is using discernment, going, this isn't serving me at all. So I think that is a powerful gift to have and to contemplate about and really appreciate in your journey.
And again, Robert, to take it even more, you can teach others, right? That's the thing. Like, if you have that gift, it's all about just how do I share it with others, right? And again, we all have these gifts, and once we are on that right path, the income comes as a byproduct, right? We do not have to force anything. Everything just opens up for us because if we are using our gifts for the benefit of others, that's exactly how the money comes to us.
Yeah. So like a job that would be discernment outside of coaching or entrepreneurship could be, I guess, if you were a lawyer, that would be something, a doctor. Those are like really incredible. So if anyone else is listening to that and the word discernment like really resonates with you, I think that's such a great thing to explore.
Awesome, beautiful. So, do you want to give like the final tips to the audience that is watching?
Yeah, I would say, first of all, thank you for tuning in and being here. Like that, everything's a choice. And I have said this so many times in my content, I'll say it again. I learned that on my first day of college back in 1989. So my professor was like, everything's a choice. And everyone started to like debate with him. And he opened the debate to this huge, huge, huge classroom. It was ginormous. It was a lecture hall at Purdue. And he won every single debate, and it's just true. And if you live your life by just understanding that everything's a choice, you'll go so far, so fast. And so it was a choice for you to tune in. It's a choice for you to sign up for gifts. It's a choice for what gifts you choose. It's a choice for you to take any piece of what we talked about today and utilize it in your own life or business. Everything's a choice, and the more you really embody that, you'll be surprised with yourself,
Mhm.
and it's just a beautiful life that we've all been gifted. So I'm
I
happy.
love that. And I just wanted to add, and inaction is also the choice.
Mm-hmm.
If we are sitting and just saying, but if the circumstances would change, but if I have different amount in my bank account, but if my partner didn't do that, you know what? No, this is our choice as well. If we are not doing anything about it, because I just wanted to highlight one thing, that the circumstances would never go away. No
Mm-hmm.
matter when we are living, in every moment we have the circumstances, but with this work we choose, again, choice, right? We
Mm-hmm.
choose to go above the circumstances and start living the life from the vision driven rather
Mm-hmm.
than condition driven, right?
Yep.
Experience. And
Exactly.
that's how it is, right? That's, again, mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Mindset is the key. And a lot of people do not understand it. They think just positive thinking. It goes so much beyond positive thinking. It's
Yeah.
actually setting your mind on something what you desire in your life, and do not quit under any circumstances. And for us not to quit, we have to have somebody by our side,
Mm-hmm.
because it's easy just to, like, just say, you know what, I'm done with that. I can't do this anymore. That's why you have to have somebody by your side who is going to say, I believe in you. And
Mm-hmm.
I know if it's happening for one, it can happen for anyone.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of this work, right? And again, if you are going to claim these gifts, you are giving yourself the gift for the lifetime. It's
Mm-hmm.
not something that you are just putting on. It's not something that, the perfume, or it's not something that is just, disposable at some point. This is something that's going to change the trajectory of your life, because all it takes is just to make the choice to say yes to yourself, at least to keep the corner of your mind open for the possibility. And that's how you start really seeing a different perspective on life, and you start tapping into the possibilities rather than just obstacles.
Yep. 100%.
All right.
Yes. So thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Robert. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for commenting. We appreciate you. Don't forget to join, because this is your choice. And this is the best time, because the holidays is always the great time, because I always say, from manifestation standpoint, the energies are super powerful, and whatever decision you're making right now is going to really show up for you in the next year. So make your decision and just stick to that, and just connect with us, because again, we were never meant to walk this walk alone. We are all in it together. All
Mhm.
right. All the best. Happy holidays, and see you soon.